Hey, Pumpkin. How you doing, honey? I missed you. Yes, I did. It's a beautiful day, isn't it, honey? Look at that face. You're so sweet. I love you so much. Hey, what's up, garden friends? Jeff here at Tropical Plant Party. How's everybody doing? I hope you're good. I am great. Look at all the goodies I have here. All kinds of bandages and tapes. And these are the things that I stuff inside my hole. Free socks from the hospital. It's not love to... No, it's not to... Still coming out of things a little bit. I have some good news. Mostly. I told everybody I would keep y'all updated on what's going on since my last video. I had surgery this morning. They went in, removed more skin from the outside of the hole that was in my shoulder blade from the prior surgery. So it's like an inch bigger all the way around. And then they apparently decided to scoop it out about an inch down, 2 centimeters, a little bit under an inch. But he said they might take a little muscle tissue. I didn't know that they were gonna scoop me out and make a little crater, but I don't care. I'm fine with it. If that's what they got to do to get the cancer out of there, go for it. They could go even deeper, whatever, it's fine. I'm not afraid of pain. That's not a big deal. The really good news is that I had to do a CT scan yesterday, which was totally unexpected. Last minute Tuesday, they called me to have me come in to meet with my oncologist, the oncology surgeon, who I originally wasn't going to get to meet until this morning, the morning of the surgery, which was kind of intimidating because just like with the first surgery, they were basically like, hey, here's the plan, but we don't know what the outcome is going to be. It's a little scary when it comes to surgery. And then I was like, well, I'm in this position again. That's not fun, but you just got to go with it, right? Don't have any control over it. So I was able to get in with them and with the oncology surgeon, and they sent me to do a CT scan, which is scary. I was nervous about the CT scan. My whole thing with all this is, I think anybody who's dealing with any type of diagnosis understands it's the fear of the unknown. That's why I've been trying to stay busy and stay positive and just keep it moving and just trust that whatever is going to happen is going to happen. Deal with those things when they happen and listen to the doctors and all of those things. But I had been under the impression for like the last week preparing for today's surgery, thinking that I was going to be on kind of an emotional roller coaster from the surgery and on, because what they had told me is that after I have the surgery, that it's going to be from there and on, there'll be 5 to 6 days to wait for pathology for the lymph nodes. They went in, they made my hole bigger, scooped it out to make sure all the cancer's out of there. They'll do a pathology on that. And if there is still cancer in those samples, then they'll go in and dig some more out and keep scooping me out and digging until that's all gone. But, you know, with this very rare cancer, the doctor said there's 130 cases, 131 now. How you doing? That's me. At least like as far as the ones that are like journaled about. There are probably more than that, but the ones that they use for medical journals and attention, that's what's going on there. So that's been basically what they do. Let's keep digging it out and check the lymph nodes. It's pretty standard for cancer, right? So I'll wait for the lymph node biopsies and those things. I'm not as nervous about those as I was because now I have the CT scan that was clear. That's what I was the most nervous about. So I know that like everything from like right here and up, that's about where they did the CT. So like they were checking, you know, because like you have lymph nodes in here and then under the armpits and everything. So the CT scan's clear. So I don't have to worry about my bones and organs other than my lymph nodes. And if they find cancer in those lymph nodes, then they will handle that then. The tumor board meets next week, so they might decide to do radiation. I don't know. I don't have to worry about that until next week. The thing I was the most worried about was having a CT scan and finding out that there were just tumors and cancer all over my body. That's a scary thing. Might seem dramatic, but I mean, if you've been in these shoes, you know what I'm talking about. So this is the biggest sigh of relief I've had in months. I'm going to sleep like a baby tonight. Barely slept last night because I didn't know that I was going to be waiting for the CT scan. Like I said, I figured they were going to do the lymph node biopsy, then order me to do CT scans and whatever else after that. And, you know, there might be other tests, depending on what happens with the lymph node and the other thing. They removed a little cyst that's been on my arm for a long time just because The doctor said that's basically, with skin cancer, just remove all the bumps. It's a very big bandage. So it was just a tiny little cyst, but they took it off. So do a pathology for that. But I already had the CT scan. So if it was something bad, I know that it hasn't spread to anything that wouldn't have been picked up on the CT, which is great. So I'm very relieved. There's still the lymph node thing, not out of the woods, but this is like the first bit of good news, of really big good news. Like I said, today's surgery went well. They did the thing, they did the thing, they did the thing, and they biopsied some things. Only 2 lymph nodes. Yesterday they injected me with a blue dye, had to let it sit for a while, then they stuck me in a machine to see where that went, and today I've been peeing blue. It's been very entertaining. I didn't know that was going to happen until the first time I peed, and I'm not going to show you, but I did video it. Not with like my wiener wasn't in it, but it was just so entertaining. It looked like that, like a blue slush. Anyways, so they're able to find my lymph nodes and know which ones to check. And I think, the rest of the updates, hopefully there will be a skin graft next week. That's what the reconstructive surgeon said. He's working with the oncology surgeon. So they'll be going back and forth with each other's information as what to really do. But he was saying that typically when you need a skin graft, they do that before radiation. And you give it a month or so to heal. But that's with like breast cancers and some other things. So they have some reading to do. Because like I said, this is a very rare cancer. So tumor boards are a pretty standard procedure. This one is of fairly high interest because it's such a rare cancer. So there are going to be a lot of doctors talking about what to do, if there's anything else to do. And I don't know. It's the first bit of positive news I've had in a long time. Because even before I found out about the cancer, the whole cyst situation during the shutdown was incredibly stressful. So I'm looking forward to being able to sleep tonight. Didn't sleep last night. I prefer to get a good night's sleep before surgery. But then the problem was the oncology surgeon told me that she would call me that night with the CT results. And then she didn't. So of course I didn't sleep because I was like, well, what's wrong? She didn't call me. Something must be wrong. Because your head goes to dark places. And I tried to stay as positive as I could. But you get it. I'm sure you know what I mean. Your head spins. Staying strong about it as best as I can, and I want to keep everybody updated. I'm also I just had anesthesia, and man, they pumped me full of drugs, so I'm mostly out of that. But if I'm rambling, that's partially just me, and also, the stuff. Pain-wise, not a big deal. Tylenol and ibuprofen are doing the trick so far. So hopefully, this time next week, I'll be finding out if it's spread to the lymph nodes. But at least the CT is done, so I know it's not in all of the other places. If it has spread to the lymph nodes, then they'll handle that accordingly. Whether for this type of cancer, generally they do radiation. But then the resident who I was talking to explained to me that with the lymph nodes, they would do chemo. I don't really think I have to worry about that yet. Either way, odds are it's a good outcome with, maybe some bumps in the road, but I already dealt with a few of those. I can handle some more. Everything's going to be okay. It's the first time I've been able to say that and actually believe what I was saying in a really long time. And what a great feeling that is. Everything went well today. Yesterday was chaotic. I was at the hospital all day because the insurance decided that they weren't going to cover the CT scan. And luckily the oncologist she's a no-nonsense kind of person, so she put them in their place. Because CT scans for cancer, pretty standard protocol. I don't know what that was about, but it got done. But ended up being at the hospital, bouncing around from place to place to place because they're like, oh, it's going to be covered, then no, it's not. And there's just the whole thing. I don't care. It's done. Have the results. They're good. I can breathe a sigh of relief. Not out of the woods yet, but I can see the clearing. It's not that far ahead. I think most of the bad stuff is behind, which is fantastic. And thank you all so much for the support and the love. My last video, the comment section was so inspirational and so loving, and y'all made me feel a lot better. And thank you for that. You've been a big part in me trying to stay positive and through, a scary time. And it's really important to be positive and to look for good things. And like I said, you all played a very big role in me being able to get through that. And thank you. It's, you know, it's an emotional thing, and I'm not afraid of crying. I don't think this is a place for it, but thank you again. I mean, maybe it is the place for it. I don't know. I'm not ashamed of it. Everything just kind of is what it is. Life's too short to really care about little things like that. And I think it's important to be real about what's going on, because I know this is a very common thing that a lot of people go through. So why not talk about it, right? So I can finally say, let the healing begin. I mean, kind of. There's still the other pathologies to wait on. But like I said, deal with those things when I have to, which I guess will be next week. But I'm feeling much better now that the CT scan's done, now that I've been through the first recession surgery where they removed all this stuff and went in deeper. Like I said, the pain's not that bad so far. Tylenol and ibuprofen, they gave me stronger things. I don't plan on taking those because it's just dangerous. That's, you know, opiates are very addictive. Hopefully this conversation's not triggering to anybody. I hope that it's not, but it's something I take seriously. So that's, I consider that to be an only if I'm in excruciating, unbearable pain kind of situation. Alternating Tylenol and ibuprofen has been very effective so far. I've only been out of surgery for a few hours, but I had, you know, a giant thing removed off my body 2 weeks ago, and for the most part, Tylenol and ibuprofen was able to get me through that, so it should be able to get me through this. And like I said, I'm not afraid of the pain. That's just part of the growth and moving forward and what you gotta do. The pain will be temporary, so I'm not gonna get hung up on that. I have been very humbled and inspired by you guys. Like I said, the comments in my last video, my mind is just blown from the love and support and the stories everybody was sharing. If anybody is going through anything with cancer, I highly recommend, you know, checking those comments out if, you know, it's fresh for you. And there's a lot of useful information in there, and just seeing common ground with everybody. It helps a lot. It helps an awful lot. Yeah. I know nobody cares about this right now, but I had a garden tour video for June that I was going to release yesterday, which was technically July 1st, but I ended up being at the hospital all day for the test, so I didn't do that because I didn't get home till like 6:30 at night. I thought I was going to be home at 3. So, I'll probably release that after this video. Maybe today or tomorrow or Saturday. I don't know. It's just a garden tour. But, yeah, I know nobody cares, but that's just to let you know, there will be another video coming out. I just thought that I should follow up with this video first, because I told everybody I'd keep y'all updated, and here we are. I think it's nice that the update's more of a happy, positive one, as opposed to a, uh-oh, some really weird, bad things are happening right now kind of video. I'm still working on replying to everybody's comments on that last video, and I got on Instagram after I posted I was at the hospital this morning, and my DMs are just full, and I haven't replied yet. I'm sorry. I want to be able to sit down and reply to everybody, but like my eyes started tearing up just seeing all of the love and support, and that's been the same thing with the other video. So I know I said it many times, but thank you. Thank you. Many, many, many thank yous. This is kind of a two-way street here. You know, I know sometimes I offer a distraction, maybe make people have some lightheartedness in their day, with the exception of maybe this video and my last video. But like I said, it helps me too, so thank you. So yeah, I'll probably post that garden tour on Saturday, just because I don't think there'll be a vlog for Saturday, because even though I'm not in any pain or discomfort right now, usually it's like, it comes within the first 3 days or so. With my last surgery, I had horrible post-operative myalgia. Am I saying that right? Muscle soreness. Like, it felt like somebody had thrown me on the ground and just beat me with a baseball bat, like basically from like my rib cage and up, like when you have a really intense workout. And that has to do with the type of medication they use during anesthesia. And I mentioned that to the anesthesiologist this time, and he said that if they could, if everything worked out the way it needs to, they would use a different medication. And I don't feel sore now. Last week, or 2 weeks ago when I came home from the first surgery, I was sore. I was sore the second they woke me up on the bed. I could feel my neck getting tense. So I don't think that's going to be a problem, but if it is, rest, water. It's only for a few days. But because of that, I doubt I'll be vlogging much, because, you know, I got the thing, and then there's, you know, a 6-inch circular hole in my shoulder that's now inch deep. So I'm probably going to be taking it easy just because of that, you know, like it kind of gets in the way of things a little bit. But I'm still going to be excited to be outside and point to things and talk about plants and just talk about life. I'll try and get the dogs out here at some point if I upload a vlog. If I upload a vlog, it's going to be because I want to. So don't worry about it. People always say, you don't need to do that. If I do it, it's because I want to. So that's a good thing. That would be fun. And I'll talk about this. This is in the garden tour. We'll talk about that. Lots of things to talk about. The fish, that's too much to explain right now. I'm tired. The point of this video is just to tell y'all I have some good news. There's the update of what's going on and to thank you so much. So much for all the love and support between here and Instagram, and some of you have been emailing me as well. And I know I haven't been the best about getting back to everybody, but you know, I've been in you know, it's a roller coaster. I'm staying positive. I'm mostly up here, but if, you know, if y'all have, like, there's a quick dip down, you got to pull yourself back up. But things have been going more up over the last week than down, and that's, you know, a good momentum. Also, people have been asking about this. It's an iguana. It's a whole different, like, a long story. Essentially, this is like a foster lizard. I don't plan on keeping it, but I'm going to take very good care of it. And for now, it lives outside in the backyard, and I'll be sure to include it in future vlogs. But it's been in the background of some videos, and it's a neat lizard. I love iguanas. I have plenty of experience working with iguanas, and that's why I would never want an iguana. It's not a green iguana. They're really cool animals though, but it's a big commitment, and they are loaded with weapons, and they can be difficult to tame. A lot of it just has to do with their personalities. This one is getting fairly tame. Once it's fully tame, I'll work on getting it rehomed, but that's kind of a crapshoot because then you rehome them and then sometimes they go back to being not tame. She needs some work. It didn't show up in good, it was released to me in poor health, and that's the only reason that I took it in, and it's doing great now. Nice and fat, building up muscle, looks good. So yeah, that's what that's all about. Like I said, would require a very long explanation, but essentially it's an iguana. That's all there is to it. There's a lizard in there. One that I'm not allowed to touch right now, which is a bit of a setback with the taming situation, but there's a lot of bacteria there. They have sharp claws, and I'm covered in holes and scrapes and all kinds of things. So but you know, in a couple months when I get the skin graft, we'll be able to get back on that, and I'll try and teach other people how to work with them to tame them a little bit. And I think that's it. The dogs are inside sleeping, so I guess all we get is a little bit of pumpkin time. There's a lot of noise in my house right now, so thank you so much. There's so much love out there. I want to make sure I keep putting it out there. Hope everybody else keeps putting it out there. I've been receiving it, and it means the world to me. Thank you so much. From the bottom of my heart, I feel humbled and blessed and very happy right now. Thank you. And as always, keep on growing, everybody. Bye-bye.